All right, so out from one car and into another. This one is gonna be for the Naked, and we're headed off to where we're gonna make the video. So let's see what this Naked's all about and what it's capable of doing. Whoa! Turbo makes a nice little noise. Oh my gosh! I don't know if it's a JDM Air for these cars or what, but holy smokes. This thing flies. This thing freaking just flies down the road. Oh my gosh. I don't think that this video is doing this car justice of me driving it. I'm not even going very fast, mind you. It has a slight delay, like a hiccup. But I don't know if it's because it's running low on gas and it just needs new gas or what, but let's see. I think it needs service. That's really what it needs. That's what I've learned with these Daihatsus. If they, for any reason, hiccup for anything, it just usually means that they need spark plugs. But let's spark this up and make a vid about it. For starters, we're gonna turn on all the lights so you guys see all the lights. But let's go back out there and show you. All right, here we have a 2000 Daihatsu Naked. That's such a funky name to say and such a funky car to look at. I myself have had one of these personally myself. Shout out to Jeff. It's over in, I believe, South Carolina. So I have had one and it's made it out to the States before. And let me tell you, these are one of the cars genuinely I'm very impressed by with the abilities of what they can do and what they have done to them. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore, so I think they're going to become kind of rare once they finally pick up more traction than they have because of what they have to offer. They're just, the name, the style, the look, the functionality, everything just screams like, what the heck is this? And rightfully so, because it's such a cool car. In particular, this one, I saw it at the auction. It had a grade 3, I'll be 100% honest with you. But as we look, we'll try and nitpick everything that we can to see why it had a grade 3 to begin with. Because often what happens is, this was at US's Tokyo, and they tend to grade their cars a little bit more harsh, because I bet you if this was at another auction, it would probably get an auction grade of 3.5. But let's start nitpicking it. Let's not waste any time. I know I make kind of long videos, but I try and show you everything. It looks like it's just dirty. It just needs a good cleaning there. Obviously, from sitting, it's going to accumulate dust and whatnot. Looks like it's been buffed. It has been shined. Right off the bat, this area, they're notoriously known. I don't know if it's Daihatsu at this time era, but they're notoriously known to paint fade. And this one's not terrible. The only place that's kind of terrible is on the front bumper there. But if we keep going around, let's see, another buff mark, another buff mark. It's funny, they buffed it, but they couldn't clean where the screw holes are. The fenders, nothing to nitpick about. I'll get to the hood once we do a full 360. Again, some buff marks there that they didn't clear off. It looks like it does have kind of, I don't know if the camera's able to pick it up, but you can kind of see it there. Some run marks. Over time, that's what happens to these, but the paint feels like it's in pretty good condition. Obviously, it didn't get cleaned underneath those moldings. Let's keep going around. Antenna's there, and antenna goes up without any issue. I like that. That's a good thing. The door, just that I nitpicked. Keep going around. It's got these stupid little bumpers that are functional, so you don't scratch other people's cars. But when they peel off, they'll do that. It's got this really cool magical gear like setup under there. Let's see if we keep going around. Again, that is really dumb. And then just your normal wear and tear. These, when they buffed it, they didn't tape these off, and that's why they look like that. They just need cleaning. Look, it sat for a while. They didn't clean that area. Let's see over here. I don't think it was resprayed, but you can definitely tell where the weld marks are from the factory. A little bit of scratches here. These are in pretty good shape. It's magical gear as well that offers that. Let's see, there's a little bit of a scratch here that probably could have happened between it going to the auction, but I bet you that'll buff off. I do see a little nick there. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it is there. Let's keep going around. Hopefully I don't get rained on here. It's been kind of iffy with the weather. Buff marks there. Overall, the back's in pretty good shape. Nothing to report about that worries me. Let's see the roof and the back area here. Nothing. I'll show you the roof up here. The paint is currently not wet. There's a dimple, a couple dimples here. Let's see if we keep looking. Nothing crazy. Nope, nothing to pick about. Again, just was dirty. They didn't really fully clean it to get all that stuff off. Has a cool sticker. It is from Car Deal Page's inventory. This was bought at the auction when I was there. I think that's just compound, to be honest with you. Yeah, that is just compound. You can kind of see it, like the little cracks in the clear coat of this particular part. If we keep going around, this is still in good shape. Again, buff marks there. That might be actually a scratch. Buff marks there. Good. I'm trying not to skim so you guys don't think I'm skimming over anything. These little tabs are broken, but it looks like it's all 3M down there, so it's still in good shape. Again, that magical gear, matching side skirt here. Nothing to report on this side that I can see. Maybe that's a little bit of a scratch. Yeah, it looks like that's a little bit of a scratch. That's on the pillar. Again, they buffed it. You can tell they buffed it because they didn't clear off their compound. The reflection is pretty decent. Tires shot on this thing. The wheels themselves, I believe those are stock wheels from Daihatsu. I don't mind them. I think if they had mud stars, it would be a lot better than if they didn't. But it's overall, it's cool. I like the deep dish design that they have on them. So nothing bad, but yeah, the tires are shot, so they need to either get replaced with another set of rims and tires, or just have the tires replaced, which is something that Car Deal Page can do. Or if you just want to send it home for the price that I'm going to list below, you can just send it home and then just replace the tires when you get back home. I think the battery might have died, or maybe it's just running really low on idle. Nope, the battery died. Maybe I ran out of gas. That's frustrating. Let's pop the hood. I'll show you the hood though too, before I get too ahead of myself. Oh, I caught a nick here. See that nick right there? I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but hold on, before you open that, do you see there's a couple dimples all around the hood? If you kind of look, you can really see them. Maybe when you pop the hood, we'll be able to see it a little bit better. Cowl's still in good shape, which is a good thing. And then this is when you get into the heart of it in here, which is really cool. This is turbocharged, which is really cool. You can see the intercooler up there. You can see the turbo down here. It's just super dirty. But yeah, overall not in bad shape. Let me show you the VIN. Let's see if it's stamped. But there's the original VIN plate. I'll end up jumping in just a second so you can hear it. Actually, that's probably a good time to jump in now. So let me get it jumped and then we'll come back to the video. All right, so here it is running. What I think had happened is it was running and I think I had the lights on. And what was going on was the battery's so dead. See how it keeps clicking? Jeremy, shout out to you. But yeah, so you can hear the engine running. Again, I think the battery's super depleted. I don't like that it's so depleted, but sometimes that's just what happens when they sit around at the auction yards. Normally what happens, but you can hear it run. I'm holding it so it doesn't die off. We are low on gas, and again, the battery is dead. So you can have this fully serviced if you want here at Car Deal Page. I know the oils, I was looking there and the oil's still in pretty good shape, but like if you wanted spark plugs and all that, air filter, you can have that all replaced here at Car Deal Page. But let's look at the hood to see if we spot any imperfections with it up here. There's one right there. There is another one over here. So it's kind of almost like hail damage. I don't think it's actual hail damage. I think just maybe they lived under a nut tree or something. I don't even know if nut trees exist here in Japan, but they it was just pelted by it. So let's go to the interior. You can see the interior. It's the original door. I speculate it's the original door because it matches the color nicely. Let's see. So this is where I was saying that it has 43,500 kilometers on that sticker, which means that it currently has 40,770 or 407,000. Wow, 40,779 kilometers are currently on the vehicle itself. It's, again, I think it may just need service. A lot of these cars that are here in Japan, I don't care who it is, if they sit, I don't know when the last time the spark plugs were done, chances are these might be the OEM spark plugs that somebody had on the car before they, before they sold it, because most of the time you don't really need to do spark plugs. Let's see if this works. Let's see, power. Oh, it does work. You can hear the speakers there. I don't believe this car comes with the rear speakers, but maybe this is some model that does. Let's see, it might have a CD. That's pretty fire on here. No disc, okay, that's fine. But yeah, Nakeds overall are really cool. Keep getting sidetracked. I get so excited with certain things that I see on these cars. It does have a Broadway mirror, which is really cool. I can't promise that this will make it to where you're going, because sometimes they do steal things at the port. Just kind of the nature of it, unfortunately. Let's see. Overall, it's just really kind of dirty from it sitting. It's got the original floor mats, but then this is similar to what you would call this is similar to Honda Element, which is really cool because it's got that like vinyl like flooring. This one is automatic. I'll confirm whether or not it's four-wheel drive once I hop under there. I don't believe it is. It's got the stash tray here, which is really cool. Daihatsu loves to do that. In fact, all the K car manufacturers love to do that. We have the glove box here, and then we have the upper compartment there. This is really cool. I love this. I actually really enjoy the black interior. I know they offer it in the green interior, but for size reference, I know I like to give that a lot so you guys get an idea. I'm 6 feet tall, 280 pounds, and I probably have an inch and a half left of space here. As far as this is probably one of the more comfortable K cars that I've driven. I feel it's got automatic locks too, which is cool. I feel like the gas pedal is always a little on the too far upside, but that's just because people in Japan are not as tall as me, and if they are, they're not usually driving K cars. It does come with a cup holder, which is really cool. They located it down here, and then more stash trays here, or more cubby compartments here. Let's see, we'll turn on the air conditioner, see if it cools down. Did kick on the compressor, so I did hear the compressor kick on. It's kind of a cooler day here in Japan. I don't quite feel it yet. Oh, there, it's starting to cool down. It might need a gas recharge. I'll just go with that it needs a gas recharge. But let's see, what else can I show you up front? It's really nice, clean interior. Headliner's actually in really good shape. There's a little bit of yellowing here that could just be over time. People, when they touch it and whatnot, that does it. Power locks over here. The way that Japan does it, it's kind of interesting. They don't put buttons. They put knobs that lock and unlock. And if your door's open, you can't lock the door. It automatically unlocks itself. That's so you don't lock your keys in the car. It's got power window buttons on this side. Does have fog light switch for the fog lights. What's really cool about this car, so let me see if I can do this. I don't know if it'll allow me to. It did let me start it without the key the other day. Let's see. It had like keyless start, which I thought was really cool, but let's see. I think it does have keyless start, but I think the battery on this keyless start might be dead. Let's see. I would just probably have this replaced, because while I was at the auction, you can see my video. I did actually start it without actually having this inside of the car, which is really cool. But the bypass is, if that's dead, is you just put the key in and start it up. So that's cool. That's pretty much it for the interior. They do color match these. This is interesting that they offer this pass through there. I wonder what that's for. Maybe to unbolt the side mirrors. But let's go to the very back over here. These little tabs always bend out of the way. It's weird. You go to the very back, you get into the interior. That position is the furthest back it goes. I'm going to get in here being a taller guy. It is on the tighter side. I guess you could kind of do this, but it is on the tighter side here if you're a taller guy. Can you open your legs and spread out? Yeah. Back actually have a little bit more room if I really sit up. Only have a little bit more room than the driver itself does. This is really cool. I want to say this is maybe dirty, or what happens is the sun fades. So this isn't sun faded, but this is. But this does allow you to fully, let's see if I can access it from here. Lay it down, then it becomes a tray for you and the passengers to kind of eat. What's really cool about these Nakeds is these do fold away and click out of place really quickly. So if you wanted space back here, if you're going to go pick up something that you need space for, you can undo it. The doors open a full 90 degrees. Literally all four do. It's the nuttiest thing to me on a K car is that all four doors open a full 90 degrees, which is really cool. but that shows you the buttons. So I guess the biggest downside is they don't have buttons there. If you're in the back and you want to put your windows down, you have to reach over to the center. It's a very weird design. Don't ask me why they did it. I don't know. Ow. Let's see. If we go to the back, let's leave that door open. Let's bust this back door open. Wow, I've never seen them with that original carpet. They have the spare tire here, like they did on the XJs back in the day, if you know what an XJ is, a Cherokee. But if you were to move this, which I don't know that it'll allow me to, but if you pull this tab down, well, yep, that tab down, pull this guy up, that goes up. Wow, this is really cool that it came with the original carpet. That's actually really rare. But then you come over to here, you actually can just remove the seat completely, and now you have access to your back, and you can do that to the other side, and you can just leave this seat at home, go and pick up what you need to, and then when you come back home, all you really have to do is, it's harder to do it one-handed and with the camera on the other, but put these in place. Well, move the seat belts out of the way. So these are cool. They actually is a cap back here that if I was to remove these, the seat belts get hidden away and tucked away so they don't get in the way of when you store something back here. Plop that down, pop this guy up, and there's only one feature. It's either all the way back like that or all the way down. It's kind of weird that they didn't offer reclining seats on the very back here, but trunk space, it's not very big. If we go under here and you undo all these tabs, you get access to this area here, and then you can kind of see more there, but it's just foam. The original jack looks like probably has never been used, to be honest with you. And then yeah, and then I'm not sure what this says. You guys are welcome to translate it, but I think this had features that you would take these bolts off and you could probably bolt on products there. I wish we could get a hold of the original, not owner's manual, but like the brochure that they had, because the Nakeds have these holes that you can see here, that one, and then if we look all the way across, they have them there because they actually had bars that would go across. I'm not sure what the bars did or functioned, what the real true thing was that they use them for, but it's really cool. I do like that the doors share the same as this. Overall, really clean car. Again, I don't know why I got an auction grade 3. It looks like there's a little bit of surface rust here. I think over time whacking that door down did something there, but we'll check underneath the car now. I guess we'll go straight underneath where you can see it running. This is the rear side. Wow, I did not realize this. This is 4-wheel drive. That completely changes the game in my opinion, but you can see that it's a little crusty here. Nothing crazy. They did undercoat the tank area and they did paint these axles at one point, which is really cool that they kind of did rust preventative maintenance on it. But let's see, nothing there to report about. Gas filler neck's in pretty great shape. Looks like it does have drum brakes in the rear, and I believe what's it called, rotors in the front. But again, this is a backside, pretty great shape. The fact that it's 4-wheel drive, in my opinion, is really cool. Let's open this gas cap area so you guys can see the gas cap, because I forgot about that in the beginning. If you go to this area here, you pop this guy here, the gas cap opens up, and then you can see it. Nothing crazy, it's all in good shape. Open this door, same thing, full 90 degrees. So nuts that they do that. Again, full 90 degrees. The things that the Japanese came up with, the designs, I love it. It's creative, it's crazy. We go under there, nothing to report that worries me as far as rust. It's in really great shape. Looks like that's the bolt to bolt it up, but these side skirts are in pretty great shape, and behind them don't see any rot or rust, because sometimes people put those to hide rust or rot, but in this case they did not. Unplug these, we don't really need that plugged in. Let's go back down under here. It's been running so you can hear it run. Transmission's not leaking, engine's not leaking, no rust or rot that would worry me. Jacking point, or not jacking, well, good jacking point too, but hook points for when they transported it. Again, the disc brakes up front, rotors, not drums. Here's how you access your oil filter. You would take your license plate off to do so. Little fade there. Let's go underneath the driver's side. I didn't really show this on the other side, but I'll show all the other ones. Great shape under here. Again, just surface rust, no rot, nothing crazy. Just surface rust in normal areas. Let's see all the wheel wells. But you see how shot those tires are? Tires need to get replaced, in my opinion. They could also go bigger. These are 14s. They're 165, 55 14s. I think the same size would look good, but maybe on like a Mudstar or something. Because now that I know it's 4-wheel drive, this car is probably a beast in the all weathers essentially. But great shape. I think personally, they poke in too much. They need to poke out a little. So adding spacers to this would be a good idea. But let's show you this wheel well area. Just dirty. I'll show you the other wheel well area. A little bit of rusty crusty there, but nothing crazy. Maybe a little bit of a pin rust there. I would suggest taking care of that as soon as you get the vehicle. I'm glad I pulled that away so you could see it, but just kind of muddy over here. Let's see this side. Yeah, overall in pretty great shape. I guess the only other thing that I have left to do is take photos of the car. I'll list the price, Car Deals page price and Mendy Imports price. This is available as of right now. Again, if you want to get it serviced, it can get serviced. If you want to just send it home as is and then get it serviced or service it yourself, that is plausible to do as well. It really comes down to how quickly you want it or when you want it. I know people are like worried about tariffs. Now you got to pay 25%. If you go through me, don't worry about it. I give you the all-in price to the port, meaning shipped to your local port, wherever that may be. East Coast and West Coast seem to be the same price. Texas is a little bit more expensive. And then anywhere between Jacksonville and Maryland tend to be a little bit more expensive. But I can get them all there for you. I can get it all there for you at an all-in price, which I'll include what the all-in price is. But overall, great vehicle in great shape. If you're asking me, I wouldn't wait on this. If you see this and you want it, jump on it right away, because I have not seen a Naked as clean as this one. That's why when I saw it at the auction, I was like, we need to bring this one home. Or not home, but we need to bring this to the inventory, because I think it's a very clean one. Again, it was grade 3. I wouldn't have graded it grade 3. I've seen a lot worse. I believe that truck that I made a video on already was a grade 3.5. And if you saw that video, I don't know if I post this one first or that one first, you'll see it's a little bit more rough around the edges. And it wasn't even running fully right, but the interior in this one's a B for me. It's pretty clean. Nothing to complain about. There is this screw missing, which I'm kind of, it's interesting that it's missing the screw. It's a little plastic screws, things that I noticed. Anyways, if you need anything from me, you can hit me up 203-940-1259. While I'm in Japan, you can call or text at any time. If you want to hit me up through WhatsApp, that's a little bit easier. If you want to join Patreon, join Patreon. If you just need questions answered, if you want to say hello, have me check on your mental health. I'm not a therapist, but hey, if you want to just talk, let's talk. But yeah, overall, yeah, I mean, if it were for me, if I was in the market for a Naked, kind of already had one, so I don't really need one anymore. I got my fever off of it, but I think this one's really good shape. Again, 4-wheel drive, automatic, turbo, very clean condition. You won't find them this much cleaner. The last one I had was all sun faded, unfortunately. But yeah, if you have any questions, reach out. Let's get this thing sold.